sure and come back next time as we take another walk. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Long Beach Treasures. I'm your host, Harvey Keller. Today we're going to be visiting the Gaytonia, which is a 27-unit U-shaped apartment building that was designed in the Norman Revival English Tudor style. It was built in 1930 by owner, contractor George Gayton at the cost of $100,000. And now let's look at some of the architectural features. The stucco interior contains pseudo-stone quoins and pseudo-half timber at the third story. The overhanging upper story is set on corbels with a varied or broken eave line above the pointed windows. A steeply pitched hip roof tops the building, and the symmetrical design is broken by an asymmetrical corner turret with a conical roof, and the rooftop tower upon which there is a large metal scaffolding supporting a neon sign Gaytonia in Gothic script. Multi-paned metal casement windows of various sizes are used throughout the building, and an oriel window resting on corbels and with a battlement trim on top occupies the central recessed bay above the main entrance, while two smaller turrets with metal conical roofs crown the doorway. The door of the main entrance contains a stained glass window, and the entranceway is also flanked on either side by two stained glass windows. So if you'll follow me, we'll go on in and we'll see what it looks like from the outside or from the inside out. And joining me now is the manager here at the Gaytonia. This is Charla Howard. Thank you for letting us come and visit you.
Well, you're very welcome. Thanks
Now,
for being here.
tell us a little bit about your wonderful building here.
Well, it's 27 apartments filled with a unique blend of characters. It's a very homey building, kind of rustic and well lived in. It's kind of building where people know each other, where we actually use the common areas, and it's just a really people-friendly kind of building.
The lobby really looks almost like a medieval castle. Is this used by your tenants?
Oh yeah, people come down and chat and eat some candy and
I notice
read magazines and enjoy.
A little ingle nook here with the fireplace, and if I'm not mistaken, the tiles on the inset there of the fireplace look like batchelder tiles.
That's what they say.
I think every fireplace in Long Beach that was built in the 20s and 30s had batchelder tiles on them.
Yeah, we have faux fireplaces like that in many of the apartments in the building.
Now, when this was built in the 1930s, this was an upscale living accommodations for the Navy officers living here in Long Beach?
I don't know if the original intention was for housing naval officers, but I think they migrated toward the building eventually. I don't know. I really don't know what the intention of the developer was, but it had maid service, linen service, valet.
Well, that's my understanding, that this has always been an apartment building. When it was first opened, it was more operated more like a hotel with maid service, valet service, apartments completely furnished, even down to linen and china.
Correct. I try to replicate that in a small way. I do furnish fresh flowers and a kind of open ear, warm heart to the tenants here.
I like these. I like these light sconces here. They're very medieval, and it gives a lot of character to the entryway here.
Yes, at night they actually light up. Also, there's a timer.
God, what a beautiful place. Can we go maybe look at one of the apartments?
Oh, sure. We have one right around the corner, and then one floor down that we can get into. And
okay, we'll go on down and see them. I love these neat little arches here setting on the corbels with all of the decorative imprints underneath the crown molding.
Yes, it's definitely not a bland kind of corridor.
Wow, this is a unique apartment. I love the ceilings. The coffered ceilings are beautiful.
Yeah, and there's one of the fireplaces.
Again, with the Batchelder tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Do all the apartments have the fall fireplaces?
Not all, but most. But every apartment is a little different, which is kind of adds to the charm. This one is a one-bedroom.
They're really quite large, though, aren't they?
Yeah, very nice little nooks and crannies where you can...
I love the little alcove there.
Yeah, it's kind of like an altar or a meditation space or something.
This is wonderful. They have, whoever lives here has some really neat artwork, don't they?
Yeah, these people are collectors, and this is kind of like a work of art in progress always for them.
And this is the bathroom right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is quite unique, isn't it? I see a lady's foot hanging out the bathtub there.
Yeah, I don't think a crime has been committed, but I don't even want to check to see.
That's wonderful.
Many of the bathrooms still have this, I believe this is the original tile, and then this other tile, the shinier square tile, was probably a replacement at some point.
Now I notice you have these little steam heaters. Are those still used?
Yes, those are the only heating system in the building, the radiators. And we turn the boiler on in November usually and turn it off right around April.
And this then is the bedroom.
Right. This is a typical bedroom, nice closet space.
Double closets, his and hers.
Architectural features.
I like the arches. They're just really quite, give it a dramatic flair.
Cove ceilings in this one. I mean, they're not all like this, but this is typical.
Now, are these light sconces original, or are these additions by the tenants?
These are actually tenant additions. But we have some original maybe up. I try to replace the original with something that is at least in the spirit of the building.
Do you have any idea how this fared in the 33 earthquake?
It stood.
Because it was very new then.
Yeah, it stood, and then what was the last big earthquake, the Loma?
Oh, I don't remember the date.
Yeah, I was in the building at that point, on the ground floor, and it rolled, but it was fine.
Now, I think you said there's one other apartment we could check out?
Sure.
Let's go look at it. Before we go to the next apartment, I forgot we have to check out this dining room. This is one of the most unique dining rooms I think I've ever seen.
Isn't it lovely?
Now, did the tenants do this also?
The tenants did this. It's sort of to create the feeling of being in a tent floating above this beautiful surrounding area that you can see from the windows here. And yeah, I think they've covered some foam panels and lined the walls and then created this beautiful tent ceiling.
This is really unique. And I see the small little kitchens in there.
Yeah, and these people are gourmet cooks too.
Really?
Oh yeah. They throw dinner parties in this space here.
All right.
So you don't really need, modern conveniences to, have a really gracious lifestyle.
All right. Now we'll go check out the other one.
Okay.
Do you have garages here for your guests?
We have an underground garage, yes, but not enough spaces for everybody in the building, so there is a short waiting list.
These are beautiful little knockers with the lion design. So let me knock on the door and see if we can sneak in here.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Harvey Keller, and this is Long Beach Treasures.
Hi.
And you are?
Martha Ciotti.
And Martha, can we come in and see your charming apartment?
Yes, I would love that.
Thank you.
Come on, just come on in. Go on back.
The latest.
Make sure you're close to the mic.
This is considered a studio, even though I've made my dining room into a bedroom. So this is sort of the living room, morning room, evening room. Most of the stuff that I've gotten has been from thrift stores or stuff that people have given me. A lot of fake flowers, as you notice. I like to kind of have the environment of a garden. But I am growing some real plants now, too, and they seem to thrive in here. I also share the apartment with 3 cats, but they're probably hiding right now.
I see one of them under the,
Oh, do you?
the
Okay.
table right there.
They might be curious and come out. And a lot of stuff are kind of religious treasures that I brought with me from New Orleans. So I've sort of decorated this into my sanctuary, and I've wanted to live in the Gaytonia ever since I was a little girl, so this is sort of a dream come true.
So are you a native Long Beacher?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
So I was out of the state for 15 years, and when I came back, I really wanted to live here. And Charla was gracious enough to let me come here with my 3 cats, and so we've been here for about a year and a half.
I understand once somebody moves in, they just don't move out because they love it here.
No, I have often joked that you would need to take the jaws of life to get me out of here. So.
Well, you certainly do have a unique apartment here.
It's fun, it's my style, it's my home, and I treasure it. I treasure the whole building.
Well, I thank you for letting us pop in.
Oh, you're welcome. You can see the bedroom if you'd like.
Oh, this is the dining room.
This is the dining room, aka bedroom. So you see, I get a lot of nice light in here, and I'm out on the patio. And I do artwork, so I do my artwork in here, and I study, and
This is very unique.
It's sort of everything, including the kitchen sink, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it somewhere.
Yeah, it might be there. Like, you know, in New Orleans they have bathtubs with the Virgin Mary in them. So you see, I've learned an eclectic style.
This is wonderful.
Well, thank you. It's such a pleasure to show it. I love it when Charla comes down and you know, likes to show it to people. I love to show it off.
Well, I'm sure our viewers will be interested to see, because it's truly a unique experience.
Well, good. Well, thank you, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. Now, since your dining room is your bedroom, is this your dining room?
This is sort of just a little study patio, I think. I've sort of tried to put little sitting spaces so I can take advantage of every perspective I have in the apartment.
This looks like the original tile. Do you think it is?
I think it is, and it's the same that's in the bathroom, and it's one of my favorite colors, so I was really fortunate, and I love this little, see these little designs here, too?
Uh-huh.
So it's really unique and beautiful tile, I think. So, and I have a ceiling fan. We aren't sure what this little notch was ever used for.
I was just going to ask you if you have any idea what it was. I don't think it could be for a paper delivery or milk delivery.
Laundry chute, I think.
Was it a laundry chute? Okay.
Well, it might have been a small one.
Well, we can use our imagination, and that's what's fun.
That's right. Well, this is charming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this is the original elevator for the building?
Yes, it is.
It almost looks like an apartment entryway.
Oh, yeah. Everything is done with...
Oh, and the wood paneling is beautiful. Oh, we have one of your guests here.
Hi.
Hello, and you are?
I'm Michelle Bridges.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello there.
Join us as we go up to check out the balcony.
Okay, so we should push 4. You have to give it a good hard push. It's not digital.
And this is the original paneling.
I believe so. It's beautiful. There were carvings in it. It said over there something like "Tony Rupolo must die," but it's kind of been rubbed out now. All right, so I believe we're here. Okay, here we are on the 4th floor, and this is our upper deck that people share.
Oh, what a nice view up here. Wished it was a little clearer today. We could probably see forever.
Yeah, you could see the Seal Beach power plants in that direction and the ocean over there.
You have another patio down below,
Right,
and another
also
one over
common
here.
area. That one, yeah, that's part of an apartment.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have that big, large private patio?
All for themselves and the only dog in the building, a little pug. Buster.
Do you take pets?
Officially, no. But I'm going to take a census on how many cats live in this building, because I think there are probably more cats than people.
Now, oh, I see you have a barbecue, so people can come up here and barbecue?
Yeah, actually that's one of the tenants, but she shares it, and then there are other barbecues. Also, there's a little side patio that a chef and his wife use for barbecuing. And
now, I notice an owl up there in the window of the tower.
right.
Do they help?
I don't know, because we have now wired the windows shut, because one year I went up there with the elevator inspector. That's where the elevator workings are housed, and the pigeons had invaded the tower and had set up housekeeping there in a big way, so we've had to wire those little windows shut now.
Now, approximately how many apartments on each floor?
Well, every floor is different. This is a kind of a half floor. This is the back of the building, and you can see that the other floors extend beyond. It's a U-shaped building.
Right.
So there are 5 apartments on this floor, 8 on the floor below, and so on.
Do you have any idea how the oldest tenant, not in age, but
how long they've been here?
Yes.
Well, I'm among the most, long-staying tenants, which is about 14 years.
Wow.
We've had people here in the past who've been here longer, but...
now, this slate roof, that looks like that would be an expensive proposition to replace.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm glad I'm not going to be footing the bill. Expensive and very difficult to do because of the pitch. But,
Could we maybe run down and just check out the garage?
Sure.
Now, this is quite a large garage. One of the nice things about the Gaytonia is that you do have parking. A lot of the buildings downtown Long Beach, like the Cooper Arms, some of those high-rises, didn't provide parking.
Right. There was some foresight that went into this, for sure. In 1930, not very many people had their own personal automobile, I suppose. So.
And I'm assuming that this is the manager's car?
I wish. Actually, that's my car over there in the corner. I'm trying to sell it, by the way.
Now, you have how many parking spaces here?
I think 23.
And there are 27 apartments, so not everybody has a parking space.
Correct.
Whoever been here the longest has a parking space?
It's first come, first serve, right? Some people who've been here a long time maybe don't even want a spot. So, it's just, there's a short waiting list usually, and it's my biggest nightmare as manager to make sure that I don't, get it wrong and give somebody a spot before somebody else who was in line first, that kind of thing.
Charla, I want to thank you for letting us come, because this has been really delightful. I'm really impressed with the building.
Oh, you're welcome.
So thank you for letting us come and see your spectacular place and your automobile. And don't go away. We'll be right back with more Long Beach Treasures.
What makes Paulie's different?
Well, first of all, his coffee is fresh roasted 1,000 miles from Seattle, so we like to have coffee that's fresher and tastes better.
We carry about 70 varieties of coffee. But the thing that I believe makes Paulie's special is the people who work at Paulie's. We're a neighborhood store. We're your family store. We know you, you know us. We'll take care of you. We were voted the #1 coffee house in Long Beach in the recent Press Telegram poll.
Paulie's Gourmet Coffee. Doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, hi, I'm Dr. Jack Thomas, and I'm very excited to tell you that Dr. Jack's House Call, in conjunction with Charter Communications, is on the air in its brand new format. We're live the third Tuesday of each month at 6:30 p.m. with repeat performances twice weekly. It's incumbent on us to be advocates for our own good health. Staying well comes from living well, being informed, and not relying on health insurers who may not have our best interests in mind. So be smart. Tune in. It's your life.
Hi, I'm Mayor Beverly O'Neill, asking every Long Beach woman 40 and older to have a mammogram this year. Together with local supporters, we can beat breast cancer.
Hi, I'm Judy Bambas from the Beckstrand Cancer Foundation, serving the critical survival needs of cancer patients in the Los Angeles County area for over 28 years. We're proud to be a sponsor of Long Beach Loves Women, and we urge you to show your love to the women in your life by reminding them to have a mammogram this year. Together, we can beat breast cancer.
We all learn to discriminate at an early age. The question is, are we willing to change? Lead the fight against prejudice. To learn how, visit nccj.org. My name is Maya Angelou.
And welcome back to Long Beach Treasures. Next month will be the end of our third year of bringing you Long Beach Treasures, and week after week after week you've invited me to your home, and I appreciate it. So I would like to return the favor and invite you into my home. Although it's not a historic home and I don't live in a historic district, it's my Long Beach treasure. So come on in and see where I live. Okay, and this is Christy. She shares the house with me. She keeps me company and she protects my property, and she's a great gal. You can notice the dimensions of the room here. It's quite large. This house is about 1,700 square feet. It was built in 1918. Most of the house is original. There have been a few modifications, which if I had to do it over again, I would not make. The crown molding is one of my favorite features in both this room and the dining room because they just really add a distinctive style to the architecture. This is very typical of a California bungalow in Alamitos Beach. Now, Alamitos Beach runs from Alamitos to Junipero, from the south side of 4th Street to the ocean. This, I think, is my favorite room. This is, I guess, what I call the sun room because it always has sun coming in with the 2 large windows. Again, the room is just a comfortable room. This is a Murphy bed here, by the way. The door just swings around and the bed pulls down. So this could be a 3rd bedroom also. This is really a comfortable room to read in and just to sit and relax. It's always light and airy and comfortable. Come on in, we'll show you the dining room. Again, you'll notice that these rooms are quite large in proportion. I've always wanted a big dining room table, so I finally found one. I like to entertain, I like to have people over for dinner, and I hate to be crowded and cramped. So my new table serves my purpose as well. Again, you can see the crown molding here in this room. It's a distinctive feature in many of these homes in Alamitos Beach, the California bungalows. The breakfast room and the kitchen area. The kitchen, of course, has been remodeled. It was remodeled when I purchased it, and I put in the French doors here and added the patio to give the breakfast room a more appealing look. You might notice that throughout the house I have 5 sets of French doors, so if anybody likes to wash windows, this is a perfect house for them. As we go down the hallway here, it has 2 bedrooms in the back of the house. And of course the bathroom is original. You'll notice the original tile here in the bathroom. And again, even the bathroom is quite large in proportion. The built-in here is original. Originally it had a mirror built in above the vanity here, and when I took the mirror down, there were newspapers tacked to the wall to cushion the mirror, and the newspapers were dated 1918. So I know the house was built at least no later than 1918. The pedestal sink is original to the house. The pull chain toilet is an addition that I added. It's not original to the house, although I'm sure when the house might have been built, it might well have had a pull chain toilet. As we go into the bedrooms, you can see that, again, they're quite large. Even with a king-size bed and other pieces of furniture, the rooms are quite large. It's really a comfortable home. I have enjoyed it, and I've lived here for about, I guess I'm going on 26 years. And this is the second bedroom. Again, it's the same proportion and size as the other room. Even the closets are walk-in, and they're quite large. I've even thought of maybe putting a second bathroom in one of the closets because they're as large as most homes' bathrooms are in the newer homes in this day and age. So as you can see, the home is a very comfortable home. I've enjoyed it. I enjoy the area that I live in. We have a strong neighborhood association in Alamedas Beach, and we have a close-knit community. The area at one time probably was not as safe as it is now, but it's really quite a nice neighborhood and area in which to live. So if you're looking for a good place to live, think Alamedas Beach. I want to take just a minute to thank all of you for supporting Long Beach Treasures in the past 3 years. I appreciate all the comments that you make, and when you stop me on the street to tell me that you enjoy the show, it really makes it all worthwhile. We try to bring you different places in Long Beach that perhaps some people don't have an opportunity to visit, and there are probably some areas in Long Beach that we're not aware of. So if any of you have any suggestions for shows, things that you would like to see us bring to you on Long Beach Treasures, why, give me an email. My email address is lbtreasures@aol.com. So if you have anything you want to see, if you have any suggestions about the show, why, let us know. Email me, or you can call Charter Communications. And again, I want to thank you for your support over the past 3 years, and I appreciate all your excitement and enjoyment that we have been able to bring you. So again, I thank you, and join us again next month as we bring you another walk through history and uncover more Long Beach treasures.